company that you work for, what it means to high school sports in the state of Mississippi. And again, I want to congratulate each and every one of y'all. It's quite an honor, guys. You know, we've got approvals from your school, so again, congratulations to each and every one of y'all.
Thank you, Johnny. Now I would like to welcome up Tim Schrammick, MHSA Assistant Director.
Good morning. Again, Orrin, thank you so much for all you do for us and our association and the partnership. It's an incredible deal, and we appreciate you more than you know. We can thank you every day, but it still doesn't carry as much weight as what we feel inside. So thank you so much for all you do. Mamas and daddies, I want to thank you the most, because you have raised these young men and brought them up right. Because one of the common denominators when we called around to different schools and talked to different coaches, because it wasn't just these coaches we talked to. We talked to coaches all around the state, and one thing they said about your child was that they were a good person. And I always, you know, everybody laughs at me when I say it, but these are the kind of guys that I want to grow up to be my next door neighbor. And that might be the biggest compliment anybody can give you. The other thing I want you guys to remember is your teammates. Your teammates, your parents. In this world of I, me, mine, you need to remember us, we, our. None of us could do anything in athletics without your teammates. There's not an offensive player in the world. We used to have a saying back in the days with some of the coaches that we've had, the best offense on any team is the defense, because they got to get you the ball back. Best defense on any team is the offense to put you ahead so you can continue to play. So remember your teammates and remember the life lessons that you've learned through this game. People have forgotten the game. Everybody wants individual accolades, which this is awesome for you. I don't want to take anything away from this. I couldn't have, when I was in high school, I couldn't have brought these plaques in. They wouldn't have let me in. You are Mr. Football for your class, and it's unbelievable the prestigious award that you've won. But remember the game. Remember the game and the things that it taught you. You will become a better daddy. You will be a better father. You will be a more productive citizen because of this game that teaches us so much. In the process, we've got a big committee, a lot of film time went in. I watched film on it. Everybody on the committee watched film on it. We didn't just talk to these guys. Even though I take their word on anything, but there's a lot of people, college coaches lists, all-star lists, any kind of list that came in. It started off with a bunch of people in every classification. And through weeks and weeks, this started July. This started at the end of June, July. This process took us till just last month. So it was a very, very meticulous process. Well-deserved. Very, very proud of each one of you. Mamas and daddies, thank you for what you've done. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Now I'd like to welcome up Greg Evans. He is 25 years in with Cspire, performance engineer.
Thank you. I just want you to know it's just an honor to be here today. Let me just say, my coworker, Orion, I just got introduced to y'all about a day and a half ago. And what I mean by that is, Orion emailed me, texted me, he said, would you like to speak for Mr. Football? Normally don't take speeches engagements that soon, like a day or so ago. And I started typing this message out, and then I deleted it. And that message ended up in 3 letters, and it says, yes. And I don't never hardly do that too. And I don't know why the Lord said, just say yes. So I thought maybe I could come here and say something that would possibly change you or be a blessing to you. So I asked Adam, I said, man, how do I find out something about these young men? He sent me a link. I started Googling y'all. And immediately, I said, I can't say nothing to bless these guys, because y'all have already blessed me. And meaning that all that you have accomplished. I wish I could say something today that would make you understand what you accomplished today, but I won't. But I tell you what I have called y'all, the significant seven. You will always be tied together on this day as a significant seven. The seven young men that won Mr. Football in 2024. And now I'll always be tied to you, because I'll be praying for you, because I've learned so much about you in a very short period of time. And I just want you to know, even in the Bible, there's something about seven. Seven means complete, wholeness, perfection. And that's what you are today. I started, and I hear them talk about how they selected y'all. I want to understand, how do you get selected to be the best player for 1A, 2A, 3A? So as long as I've been living here, I said, let me just see how many 1A schools there is, or 7A schools. That's good. It's like 24 schools for 7A, 5A, and 6A. Like, now I don't know if they all got football teams. There's like 40 some schools when you get down to 1A. I don't know if you really understand. I don't know how many actual teams is in there, but you are the one that was picked out of all the 1A, out of all the 2A or 3A. I don't know if you'll never understand how significant, you won't understand how significant that is today. But 25 years from now, 50, when you get about 50, 60, you know how that little fish you caught was like this? You like, man, yeah, I was like, that fish will be this big, because you know, it won't be the 1,500 yards you ran. It'll be man, I ran 5,000 yards back then. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't significant to you now, because right now, you're looking for bigger and greater things. And they kind of, so, but I want to tell you how you got here today. It didn't start just 3 years ago, 2 years ago. This started when you was about 7, whatever, you picked up your first football, and your dad or your mom or somebody seen you touched that football. I guarantee you, every last one of you did something that no other player was able to do the very first time you touched the ball. You understand what I'm saying? I coach soccer. I used to coach soccer. I go out there, you'll find a player that's so different. And nobody coached them or nothing, but they have a talent that was put in them. They did something nobody else was able to do. Then a coach seen it. So I want you to understand, so how you got here today is through the parents, which they basically took my little message, but the parents, those parents who work with you, somebody, an uncle, a daddy, a teacher, a coach, you will never understand that's how you got here. Through that mother, that single parent mother, or that father who went out and threw the ball with you when you didn't want it to go no more. He told you, come on back out here, because he sees something greater in you. That what would mold and shape you. But it was through your hard work, because I know what you go through. I used to coach my son. I'm talking about it's the quality that God has put in you. And what I mean by that is this. Let me just share a story with you. And this will probably help you understand exactly how you got here. In the Bible, there was a man who went out. He gave one man 5 talents. He gave another 2 talents. He gave another 1 talent. And he went on by his way. And everyone got a talent according to their ability. So the man with 5 talents, he was 5 times better than the man with 2 talents. And if you want to find it, it's in Matthew 25, verses 21 to 40. And so he went on by his business. Sometime later, he came back. He wanted to know what they did with their talents. And he went to the man with 5 talents. And the man with 5 talents, he says, man, I worked very hard. For all that you gave me, I invested, I did this. I took them 5 talents that you gave me, and I made 10 out of them. And he went to the man with the 2 talents. He said, man, I worked very hard. All the blessings that you gave me, all the things you gave me, I took them 2 talents, and I made them into 4 talents. And there was a man with 1 talent. He said, what you do with that 1 talent? He said, I buried mine, but I ain't wanna waste your money. I ain't want you to lose nothing. He said, golly, man, at the very least, you could have at least just went and put the money in the bank with your ladies behind and just got the interest off of it. But you didn't even do that. So he took the talent, that one talent, and gave it to the man with 10 talents. How is this story applicable to the significant seven that's in here today? Many years ago, God burst a seed in each one of your moms, and he put some talents in you. 7 talents, 7 significant talents. And to this, and he rose back to this day. And he asked Jaden Hill, many, many years ago, I gave you some talents. What did you do with them? Jaden Hill, up in Tupelo, running on that bluegrass. He said, I'll tell you what I did with them. I didn't have all the money. My family didn't have the money. Maybe didn't have the money the others had. So I couldn't go to D1. The D1 was down in Jackson. But I ran up some hills. I did what my coach said, my little league coach said. He said, so you want to know what I did with them talents? I'll tell you. 1,464 rushing yards, 24 touchdowns. You think that's enough? I think so. You know what he said? Good and well done, Jaden. Because you did some things that other folks did. You took your talents. See, God when he give you these talents, he says, do you multiply these talents? Or do you hide these talents? You multiply them. He went out to old Deuce. He said, Deuce, what did you do with your talents? He said, what you think I did with them? Nothing but 1,512 yards, 15 touchdowns, rushing yards, 48 yards. I did a little of it all. Led my team to 10-0. Good and faithful talent. Good and faithful servant. He said, what about you, Trey? Where Trey at? He said, what about you, Trey? Trey said, I don't know what senior did, and I don't know what junior did. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I only did 2,100 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, rushing for 788 yards with 18 touchdowns. Wow, good and faithful servant. Then he came around and he said, Kobe King, what did you do? Kobe said, well, you know it's all in the name. I'm just a king. But I'll let you know if you want to know. Only 2,662 passing yards, 657 rushing yards, only 73% passing. I don't have to throw that many times for you to catch it. Because it's going to be on the money. Good, faithful servant. He said, Kamara Taylor, what did you do? Only 1,781 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 107 completions, but 825 yards, 11 touchdowns. Good and faithful servant. Then he said, what about you, Darius McDougal? McDougal said, hey, first of all, you need to know, call me Isaac, because I got a double portion. Because first of all, I've been here before. I was here last year. God, that's just incredible within itself. But if you want me to go further, I'll just tell you 703 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 1,668 rushing yards, 30 touchdowns, and 33 tackles. And I go both ways. Good and faithful servant. No, yeah. And so he said, well, what about you, Tyshawn Willie, at the little 1A school? He said, how many come from a 1A school and get committed in Mississippi State with 40 tackles? Please don't be committed. 31 tackles for loss, 12 sacks, 4 fumbles, and has 554 rushing yards, 460 receiving, 15 touchdowns. And he a Danny Doug. I'm about to close, but I'm gonna tell you how y'all guys relate to Jesus. God bless you with that talent. they take it for granted. When God bless you with that talent, you listen to somebody. Good homes have good foundations. Successful people have successful bases, have successful circles. You listen to somebody, a dad, a coach. And please don't forget these guys right here in front of you. Your coaches and those who coached you in the past, they were significant in your life. Coaching is a calling to God, and they bring out the best. But I want to tell you why. But they coach a lot of people that's not here today. You said, well, why am I here today? Let me tell you. Because you was looking out of there are people who look out of windows. I'm gonna let y'all use this, coach, and you'll be using it next time. And then there are people who look out of in mirrors. When people look in the mirror, what do you see? Yourself, right? And you see what's behind you, right? And a Satan can make you, and your enemy can make you sometimes think you weaker, insignificant, not good enough. And sometimes that's what you see in the mirror. It makes you look behind. You look at what doesn't happen instead of what could happen. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the mirror does for you. Sometimes you need to look in the mirror, but you don't need to stay there long. You need to find a window. That's what each one of you did. See, when you look out of a window, you see what's in front of you. The whole world is your vision. The whole world is a possibility for you to achieve the whole world. That's what, somebody say, that's what, well, I don't say that. That's what a window would do for you. A window shows you the opportunity. And that's what you got. That's why you can't fully appreciate what's going on today. Because you're looking out the window, you're looking ahead. And to continue to do what you're doing now, you have to continue to look out the window. Because you just the greatest achievers now. You're about to walk on the campus where everybody's a superstar. But they ain't all Mr. Football. They're just superstars. You Mr. Football. And you're gonna have to make sure that you're looking out that window and understanding that the whole world is at my grasp. And the only way that how I'm gonna achieve that is listening to my coach and keeping God first. I want you to, if I had a hat, I'll take it off for you. Because today, you now, Mr. Football.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. That's fantastic. We'd like to now welcome up Orion Watson with Cspire.
All right, good. Are we still in the morning? Good morning. All right, first, giving honor to Jesus Christ, who is head of my life. I'm standing before you today because of him. On behalf of Cspire, congratulations to each young man here for what you have achieved this season. I want to thank the MHSAA and the MAC for all you do to keep sports in Mississippi on the right path. I won't be before you long. I'll keep mine really quick, but I want to give you young men something that I believe you're going to be faced with here in the future, and hopefully this will be able to kind of help you make the right navigation that you need to be successful. In the Bible, 1 Timothy 6:10 says this: "For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows." I'm going to say that again. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. A few things I hope will help you as it relates to NIL, which you will be faced with, okay? That's a hot topic. You're going to be faced with it. First of all, keep Christ first in your life, and he will help you to navigate the next level so you won't be deceived. Number two, understand the tax laws as it relates to NIL. $10 million is the last thing that I heard for a high school quarterback. Understand the taxes that are associated with the $10 million, okay? You'll be shocked if you do your research on that. Some NFL players have gotten themselves in trouble $50 million contracts, and they think they can spend the whole $50 million. Uncle Sam thinks differently. Make sure you have a contract from a trustworthy attorney as it relates to NIL. MHSAA has a really good one that can help you avoid some ugly situations, okay? Do your homework and research as you go through the recruiting process. During college recruiting trips, talk to current and former players about how things really are. You want the truth to help you make good, wise decisions. Don't fall for the glitz and glamour. Football is a big business, and you better know how to navigate the landscape in order to have success. Next, Ephesians 6, 1 through 3. Children, athletes, obey your parents in the Lord. That is, accept their guidance and discipline as his representatives, for this is right. For obedience teaches wisdom and self-discipline. Honor, esteem, value as precious your father and mother, and be respectful to them. This is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may be well with you, and that you may have a long life on the earth. It's apparent to me that there's been a level of honor and respect at home, because if it wasn't, I don't think you'd be sitting here, okay? Right now, Adam, can you place a gift in front of each one of these young men? So what we're gonna do today, parents of each player, if the parent is not here, the coach can come and stand. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna practice the scripture right here, okay? I want the parents to come down and stand in front of each one of these players, if you're here. If the parent is not here, I get the coach to come and stand. Okay, you young men, I know you're gonna walk away with some good stuff today. Okay, you're gonna walk away with some nice trophies and all that. But we certainly want to take this time and we want to honor our parents. Parents put in a lot of work, put in a lot of time. They do a lot of things for you. And what I want you young men to do, I want you to take those gifts. I want you to present them to your parents or your parents' representative. And I want you to give them a big hug and tell them thank you for all that they've done for you. Let's do that right now. Parents, we appreciate all that you do, and I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because the time and effort that goes in to help these young men get to where they are today, I mean, you don't get enough credit. So we're gonna honor you, and we wanna make sure that you leave with something in your hand today that we can just simply say to you, thank you for all that you do.
Again, thanks to Orion Watson, also Mr. Greg Evans, and thanks to Cspire for helping make this possible today. All right, we're going to start our awards portion of the program. We'll start with 1A and work our way to 7A, just working down the chain here. Way to work is we'll call the head football coach or athletics director for each school that has a winner, and of course, give them an opportunity to speak on behalf of the players and have presentations as we go. We'd like to welcome up and start 1A today. Head football coach and athletics director of Velma Jackson, Coach Bernard Ewell, and of course your 1A winner, Tyshawn Willis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of the entire Madison County School District, Velma Jackson High School, our faculty, staff, and my entire coaching staff, I want to first thank the Mississippi High School Activity Association and MAC in partnership with Cspire for presenting a wonderful, wonderful award. You know, I've had the opportunity to kind of participate in this award for the second year. It's a blessing. And I also want to say to you young fellows, congratulations. A lot of work been put into it. You just don't know. And I kind of piggyback off what Coach Ramrickman said. It is a strenuous process to choose 7 of the best players in the state of Mississippi. I've been on that committee and I understand how difficult it is. So you are definitely to be congratulated. I have the pleasure to introduce a young man that, you know, I can go back to, you know, during that COVID year of football when Tyshawn came to our program as an 8th grader. You know, we were a small program, so when COVID kind of kicked in, you know, a lot of schools kind of discontinued football for that year, but we continued to do it in Madison County, but we didn't do it at the middle school level. So Tyshawn came over to the high school. And one thing that I can say about this young man, the same young man that came over as an 8th grader, he's still that young man to this day. He's a very humble, hardworking, caring, loving. He loves his teammates. He loves his community. He loves his family. He works extremely hard. The demeanor you see with him now, you know, he's been that way the entire time. I've been very fortunate. I've had the opportunity to coach a lot of good players throughout my coaching career. But the one thing I can say about this young man here, his humility is what makes him great. His character also makes him great. He can do a lot of things on the football field. But the thing that I'm most impressed about this young man is just his character and who he is as a young man. He has a, you know, let me just tell this story before I just, you know, bring Tyshawn up. He has an older brother that played for me, Antavius Willis, that ended up playing at USM. And when Antavius came in, you know, we used to talk a lot about, you know, him just being able to change the dynamic of his family. And I wasn't speaking to Antavius from a financial standpoint. I knew he had younger brothers and younger sisters. And, you know, just being driven to be the best that you could be and inspire his younger brothers and sisters to, you know, fulfill and accomplish some of the things that he was able to accomplish in high school. And beyond that, you know, have the opportunity to play college ball or go to a college, you know, to go to college, more so than anything, whether he played football or not. And, you know, once Tyshawn got there, and he has a younger brother there now, and I told Tyshawn the same thing. He has a younger brother that plays for us, and he has some younger sisters that are also students at Belton Jackson High School. And the thing is, you know, I want our kids, as well as all kids, to make sure you inspire people. He was inspired by his brother, and I continue to challenge him to inspire his brothers and sisters along the way as well. But without further ado, I think the foundation of Tyshawn, beyond anything, is his mother, his siblings, his grandfather, grandmother, and the community. They play a big factor in who Tyshawn is. And I think, you know, the thing that we'll see later in life with all these young men is just, you know, what that foundation has meant to them, and how it continues to inspire them to be the very best that they can be. But without further ado, I want to introduce to you the 1A Mr. Football in the state of Mississippi, Tyshawn Willis.
Q&A, just a couple questions for each of you guys. All right, congratulations. It's a big trophy. It's just me and you standing here. Who's a better athlete, you or your brother?
Me.
Congratulations. Congratulations. We'll move on to 2A. We'd like to welcome up head football coach and athletics director of Sebastopol, Coach Keith Brown. And our 2A winner, Darius McDougal.
Good morning. I also want first just congratulate these young men up here on an outstanding season. I know we expect big things from each one of you. Look forward to keeping up following your career. It's an unbelievable honor to be standing here right now and speaking on behalf of Darius McDougal. He's just an unbelievable kid who comes from an awesome family. His family laid the foundation for the type of person that he is, and it makes our job as coaches really easy. So thank you for that. You never have to worry about Duke getting in trouble because his mom was going to make sure of that. But I've coached many great student athletes over the years. but none as special as a Darius. And you know he's a humble kid, he's a hard worker, and he's gonna bring his absolute best every single day. You know, I'm still pretty early on in my career, and I didn't know if I was ever gonna be fortunate enough to just coach one Mr. Football. You know, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I'd be standing here and be fortunate enough to have a back-to-back winner. You know, I know how rare that is and how special that is. You know, going into this year, Darius had a big target on his back. Obviously, if you're returning Mr. Football, everybody wants a piece of it, which makes what he did this year that much more special. I mean, he could slip up on a few people last year, but this year, you know, there was no slipping up on anybody. We're going against loaded boxes every single week, but he was still able to rush for over 2,000 yards and 37 touchdowns. He also became a better passer this year. Obviously, there's no doubt that Darius was a huge part of our success at Sebastopol the last 2 years, but he played with some great teammates, and he would be the first one to tell you that. He couldn't do any of this without his teammates, and you know, they were just as excited for him as he was when the news broke that he was going to win this award, because they love playing with him, because he is the ultimate teammate. But Darius is a big reason with us moving up to 2A for the first time ever, helping make Sebastopol relevant in 2A. And so can't thank him and his teammates enough for that. It's been a joy to coach him the last 4 years. I can't wait to see what his future holds. I know he's going to continue to do great things on the football field, but I know he's going to do great things in life. And he's going to be successful in whatever he does. And now, us as a coaching staff, we have our hands full because we have to try to scratch our heads and figure out a way to replace over 5,200 yards of offense and 87 touchdowns in the last 2 years. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Back-to-Back 2A football, Darius Madu.
Darius, congratulations. We did this last year. All right, I'm going to Sebastopol. Where's the best place I can go eat? Hometown Prime. All right, 4th and goal. You got the ball at the 8. You got one shot here. Are you going to run it, give it, or throw it? Congratulations. Right now, we'd like to welcome up Teddy Young, head football coach from Knox City County, and of course your 3A winner, Kamario Taylor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I want to thank the MAD and East Side Association for being here. It's an honor to be up here standing to present this award to Mario. When I took over in 2019 in Nashville County, he was 7th, 8th grade. You got to know the kid. He probably was 5'7". So I went from looking down at him to now looking up to a 6'4" kid. Probably one of the worst trainer I ever had. Never gave out award, always playing football. Throwing the football around, he had his own game. I used to stay having to punish him. If I knew now that he would be Mr. Football, I would never see it now. But skill set, he got some of the best I ever been around. But what make him a great kid is his character. Never want to take the glory for nothing. He always put his teammates first. So today I just want you to embrace this, like you earned this. From working out 2-3 times a day, always calling me to open up the field house on Saturday, Sunday. Had to run him away from there just so I can go home and get my kids. I wouldn't change for nothing. I'm proud of you. I love you. Your Mr. 3A, Kamario Taylor.
Mario, congratulations. All right, Coach said it's your day. What if Friday, he said, Mario, today is your day too. We're gonna let you pick the pregame meal for the entire team, and we don't care what it is. What are you picking for the team?
Whatever they want.
Moving on to 4A, I'd like to welcome up head football coach of Green County, Michael King. And your 4A winner, Kobe King.
Good morning. Wanted to start by thanking everybody that took part in organizing this. I have to be honest, I really didn't realize how big of a deal this actually was until we started going through this process. Another confession that I have is I did not nominate Kobe for this award. Him being my son and having to coach your son, Coach Vance and I talked about the challenges associated with that, and not only that, but to coach your son at the quarterback position. There's not a book written on it, and if I'd have known all the hardships and difficulties and trials and just downright nastiness of having to coach your son from the stands and things like that, I'd have still signed up for it, but I'd have probably been better prepared to deal with it. So I did have some gentlemen that I respect in the coaching profession that reached out to me and said, Coach, you need to nominate quarterback for this award. You know, statistically speaking, he was leading several categories and things like that. So I did, not thinking much about it, and got a call from Tim Tramick one night to check on Kobe King's standing at Greene County High School, and I'm thinking, am I being punked? Is he pranking me? Or does he not draw the connection between? So I felt really good being able to give a character witness for my son that I drug from George County School District to Greene County School District to Poplarville School District as I took the coordinator job at Pearl River Community College back to Leaksville. He never complained, never said a word, so he lived that life of a son of a coach that just said, hey, we're packing up, we're moving here and there, which is a whole nother thing when it comes to the difficulty associated with the strain that coaching puts on a family. So I thank him for that this morning. So, such an awesome honor and privilege to be able to introduce your son and your player, your starting quarterback. But a couple things I wanted to mention about him before we do that. I heard a wise coach one time say that you had to be tough, smart, and unselfish to play for him. And it was actually Coach Belichick that said that. And he said you had to be 2 out of 3. So I hammered that at Greene County. You got to be tough, you got to be smart, you got to be unselfish. And I can honestly say, with Kobe, he exemplifies those 3 things. From 10th, 11th, and 12th grade as a starting quarterback, he never missed a snap. And I had to double check that. I said, son, your helmet never came off one time? No, sir, not once. And never missed a practice from freshman year. Not that was an option in this practice, but with COVID and with runny noses and things, you know as well as I do, kids will miss with a headache nowadays. Kids will miss if their throat is scratchy. He never once complained, never once did that. So he was very tough. Saturday morning, our routine was I would go in the bedroom and knowing that he got beat up or ran the football for us effectively, they'd say, how do you feel? Your body hurt? No, sir, I'm fine. Whether he was or not, that was always the answer on Saturday mornings. No, sir, I'm good. So he was very tough, smart, and I'm not just talking about football IQ. And when I thought about the talk about God's talents and what he's given people, obviously Kobe with measurables may not add up in a lot of categories. He's not a camp kid, doesn't care anything about those things, but absolutely smartest kid I've ever coached, and not just saying that because he's mine. So football IQ, but also never did anything that would hurt the program. So wise decisions, choices, things like that, that he would not do anything to hurt the program. And then finally, the unselfish part. And I think the I, me, my disease that we talked about earlier is prevalent in coaching and athletics. And so he understood that to be the best he could be, he had to be unselfish. So he always focused on the team instead of the individual accolades and achievements. And I'm so proud of him for that. He's shy by nature. He doesn't say a whole lot. I think it's ingenious the way you're asking those short one-answer questions, because you know you're probably only going to get that from most of them anyway, because it's the nature of young people. So when I told him I had to get up and say a few words about him today, his response was, well, I have to give a speech too. I said, no, son, you won't have to do that. So always unselfish, always tough, always smart. And those are things that I've seen develop in him over time. And then the last three things I'll leave you with, I think God calls all men to be three things: wise, strong, and diligent. And I've seen him grow in wisdom. I've seen him mature in ways that were well beyond his years. The mental strength, the physical strength that this game demands out of you. I'm hoping that we've instilled in him the ability to be a strong spiritual leader, strong husband, strong father one day. And then diligence. Just show up every day, come to work, put your work boots on, your hard hat on, and come to work. And I think he's exemplified those three things. And the last thing I'll say about our little town of Leaksville we live in, we don't get a lot of recognition from the coast. We don't get a lot of recognition from Hattiesburg. A lot of people get us confused with Lucedale. Lucedale, Leaksville, is that George County, is that Greene County? They don't know a lot of times. So to me, it's very fitting that he would win this award, do a little bit more to put our little town on the map. And his humility is very similar to the humility associated with Greene County and with Leesville, Mississippi. You know, they came in and did some road work on Main Street this summer, and people kind of compared us to Radiator Springs a little bit from the movie Cars. We had a good laugh about that. So I think he's a perfect representation of what it means to be from Leesville, to be a Greene County High School Wildcat. So it is my honor and privilege as a father and head football coach to introduce my son and my quarterback as the 2024 4A winner of the prestigious Mr. Football Award.
All right, Kobe, we're not gonna make you give a speech. I'm gonna ask you two questions. It's just yes or no, and you don't even have to tell me when, because your dad's not listening right now. You ever got a call in any of your time in any ball game where a play was sent in at any point in time, and you thought, what is he doing? Why did he make that call?
I'll say that's happened more than one occasion.
Second question, have you ever just gone away from what they said and checked into something else, like, no, I'm not doing that, we're gonna do something different?
Well, he gave me that option, so yes, sir, I did.
Congratulations. Right now, we'd like to welcome up to move to 5A, head football coach of Gaucher, Marcus High, and your 5A winner, Paul Trey Irving.
All right, like everybody said, good morning, appreciate everybody being here. I'm not gonna lie, when we got here and y'all were giving out like gifts and all, and I saw Cspire, I just knew coaches were getting the phones. It didn't happen. I'll be sitting right there. Right there. All right, so we're here to talk about Trey Irvin. Trey first came to us. He's overcome a lot of obstacles in his life, done an unbelievable job on the field and off the field. He has some big shoes to fill. He had a family member who was played in the Army All-American game. And I never forget the day that his family member was done playing. I looked at Trey and I said, look, we've already coached him, we're ready to coach you. So we want you to bring in what you've done. And what he's done now has been unbelievable. When he first won the award, in typical Trey fashion, he gives that little smile, little Irving smile. All three of them's got it right there. They got your smile that you can't, there it is. You got this smile you can't live without. And he stood up in front of the team and he said, I just want everybody to know that this was not just me. All you guys helped me get this. Because if it's not for receivers catching balls, or linemen blocking, or defense getting the balls back, and all that stuff, he's not able to be up here. Like I said, unbelievable young man on the field and in school, and everybody always talks about trade ball. So your 5A Player of the Year, Mr. Football, however we want to talk about it, Paul Trey Irving.
Trey, congratulations. All right, since we got some family affairs going on here, and you got I guess, an older brother, correct? So, are you better than him now? All right, you got one throw you're most confident in. What is it? I mean, you got to make one throw. What you throw it? Congratulations. Moving on to 6A, we'd like to welcome up head football coach of Hattiesburg, Coach Tony Vance, and our 6A winner, Deuce Vance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be here today and everything He's blessed us with, our family. Thanks to MHSA, the chairman, the committee, thanks to Matt, Coach Williams, and everyone that's involved in this. Thanks to Cspire and all you guys and all you do for our coaching association. To be honest, I probably shouldn't be up here giving this award. To be honest, when he won this award, one of my buddies texted me and said, "Man, that boy sure got a good mama." I probably have his mom up here presenting this award because without her, man, I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't be here, but he certainly would. And I'm his head coach, but I'm also his dad. But his mom probably tougher on than I am. Just to be honest, he understood at an early age that no books, no sports. So it's just the way it was. And, when I was at football practice, when he was a little kid, he was at home. In the books, and she made sure of that, so I can't say thank you enough to my wife for that. To my other family members, my other children, thank you guys for being there for them throughout this time. Kind of echo a little bit what Coach King said, man. These last 4 years have been the most enjoyable 4 years of my coaching career. This year, 27 for me. But it's also been 4 of the most challenging years as well. You know, there's some things that you have to deal with when you're the head football coach, and your son just happens to be the starting quarterback, and he's been our starting quarterback for 4 years now. He's done a great job for us. He's battled adversity in an early age. He's dealt with injuries early on in his career and been able to overcome them. And I'm so proud of him and the work he's put in to be the player he is. You know, it's amazing when I look back at videos on my phone, and you know, he's a little chubby kid coming up and couldn't hardly put one foot in front of him. You know, videos in the backyard, and I didn't have hurdles in the backyard. We had shoes and anything else we could find, new footwork drills, trying to work on his footwork. And he went from being one of the slowest kids on the team his 9th grade year to probably one of the fastest kids on the team his senior year. So it's just a testament to the work he's put in. And I think that's what people sometimes don't realize about coaches' kids. They probably work a little bit harder than other folks. They probably hearing a little bit more the other folks' kids hearing sometimes when they get home, because other folks' kids hear their practice, but they gotta go home and hear it too. So never forget sitting there watching the film. He'll tell you, watch a lot of film. And finally my wife got tired one night, was watching practice film. She said, "Can we just not watch practice film at dinner table?" So we kind of cut that out. But I want to say congratulations to Deuce. He's definitely earned this. I appreciate you being the way you are. You've made my job so easy coaching you. You could have been difficult. You could have made it hard, but you didn't. So I really appreciate you for making my job easy. Coming up, didn't have any idea he'd be sitting in this room with a significant 7. You know, just never even dreamed that he might be. I just remember as a 9th grader making him go to the Ray Guy punting and kicking camp so he could learn how to long snap. cause I didn't know if he ever been doing anything other than that. So, I was looking at a video the other day, and man, he's a great guy, Camp, man. You know, but, you know, he always understood that, hey, I gotta go to college, and I don't do it through sports, I gotta do it through academics, and I think he figured out sports might be a little bit easier for me than academics, but, he's done well, you know, 3.0 plus GPA, December graduate, so he's put the work in the classroom as well as on the field. But, you know, a lot of other coaches spoke already, man, definitely leader of our football team, guy that's unselfish, and, you know, he thanks his teammates. When you look up, he's with a few of them all the time, you know, he's definitely a team guy. You know, it's kind of hard when you get up and it's easy, let me say, it's easy when you kind of get up and talk about other players on your team. It's a little bit harder when you have to brag on your own, because something you really don't get to do much, you know. But to get up and have an opportunity to brag on your own, I'm thankful for the opportunity. Like I said, just thanks for Deuce and the work he's put in. You know, definitely, again, you earned it, and I appreciate you for everything you've done. I appreciate you guys. Congratulations to the rest of you guys that's in here. Tyshawn and Camario, two guys that will be traveling with us over to Alabama for the Miss Al team. So congratulations to the rest of you guys. Repeat, Kobe. Been through it, so congratulations. Trey, watch you play, man. Enjoy watching you play. Hill, really enjoy watching you play, man. Tough. So glad we don't have to play against you. But congratulations to all the winners. But at this time, I want to present Mr. 6A football to Tony Deuce Vance.
I'm gonna ask you something personal like I did Kobe, since your dad's a football coach now. Dad said, finally your mom came to the dinner table and said, we gotta cut the film off. He ain't listening. Did you go to your mom and say, Mom, we gotta stop doing this, tell Dad to cut the film off?
I think I did.
Last but certainly not least, 7A. I'd like to welcome up head football coach at Tupelo, Ty Harden, and your 7A winner, JJ Hill.
First off, I want to thank the association, the MAC. Great words earlier. I think everybody in this room needed to hear what you had. Great research too for a day and a half. Very, very impressive. You had JJ down pat quick. His dad has made him run so many hills over there by the middle school. You put on Facebook, you put on social media after practice, after workouts, whatever. You know, it's a testament to his parents, DJ and Risa. Fantastic job raising this young man. They love him, been there every step of the way. So just, you know, it's been a blessing to get to coach this young man. And guys, before I get start bragging on JJ, congrats. This sport, best sport on earth. You know, it's gonna take you a long way. This sport saved my life, it saved a lot of people's lives, and I know it's gonna do a lot for y'all. And you know, enjoy it every day. Enjoy the relationships, the connections, everything going forward. You know, it's gotten everybody where they are. Coaches, great job. I know these coaches right here are the best around. I know how hard they work. I know how much they care about these kids. I know they probably care about the guys more than they do the coaching side of it. So, you know, going forward, I can sit here all day and speak on this young man, and he does not want me to. You don't know this, but until 7 o'clock last night, he wasn't coming. He did not want to come. He said, Coach, I do not want to. I said, it's not about me. I don't want to get this award. He said, I want to be at school with my teammates. I want to be at practice with my teammates. And his mom and his dad had to fight him to come this morning. So it tells you so much about this young man. And, you know, just a junior, got a super bright future. You know, and when I was in the office that day, you called Coach Miller just to kind of get the character witness on it. And Coach Miller couldn't have said it any better. I was sitting right there on his couch, and he said, you know, tell me about JJ. And
He said, he's like, Coach, I mean, he's an unreal football player, but the crazy thing is, he's an even better human being, and you can't say anything else. I got one quick story. Just tells you, and I think it's a connection with all these guys in here. The main thing I've heard is the humility, you know, and don't change who you are. You're in this seat because how humble y'all are and the type of people you are and your high character. And the same goes with this young man. This is game 5. We've had 4 games that were downpours. I think every coach knows those first 5 games this year. I don't know how it was down south or anything, but we had 4 downpours. 4 of the 5 games were downpours. And we're coming off the field. We done played Houston, Tennessee, and JJ had 300 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. And so he's walking up the hill with our 2 best receivers, Braylon and Tyree. And my wife comes up to him and was like, you know, guys, y'all had a great game. Y'all had a great game. Great job. Love you guys, all that stuff. And those 2 guys like, yeah, you know, we're doing a good job running the ball. It's been raining and all that stuff. And JJ does. I said, you know what, guys, it ain't gonna rain the rest of the year, and we're gonna sling it all over everybody. Well, fast forward, him and my nephew are best friends, and I get home after doing laundry, all that stuff, and he's sitting on my couch with my nephew, and I noticed he kind of had, you know, he rushed for 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, you know, and he was just kind of over there in the corner, just, JJ, what's wrong with you? You know, what's the thing? Be happy. He said, man, Coach, he said, I feel bad, you know. He said, we've had to run the ball every game because of the rain, and I feel like our other teammates deserve some of this love. I think our receivers deserve to catch the ball, and our quarterback deserves to throw the ball more. And just right then and there, you can't find that in today's world.
No.
In the I, me, my world, I mean, so these guys in this room that have this mentality, JJ, you have this mentality, you're gonna go a long way in life with that, and it's gonna help you in marriage, it's gonna help you at work, it's gonna help you in the sport, and you know, y'all keep being y'all. Thank you, Risa and DJ, for allowing me to coach this young man. You're from Tupelo, Mississippi. You're 7A, Mr. Football, Jaden JJ Hill.
JJ, congratulations. Hey, this may not matter to you, but we are glad you're here. You really want to show up one? You ever get tired of playing that blue turf up there? All right, one play. I know you said you want your quarterback and you want your receivers to get all the love too, but you got one play, stays on the line, what you want?
BC, cover receiving route.
Very good.
Oh,
To you.
Come
Congratulations. All right. Again, let's give one more round of applause for all the winners, please. Right now, we'd like to welcome Calvin Robinson. He's going to have some final words and bless the food.
My final words, I'm standing between these guys and Jesus. I'm gonna stay right here and say the blessing. Thank you for this day, my Father. Thank you for letting us rise today with sound minds and push with strength. Thank you for all your many blessings. Please give us our shortcomings. Thank you for your grace, which is so amazing. Your mercy is everlasting. We come asking for traveling grace. Tell us to go back home and find home the way that they left them, Lord. Thank you for the players, Lord. Thank you for their family, Lord. Thank you for their school, Lord. Bless the food, but there's not bodies, and bless the hands of the parents. I pray. Amen. Amen.
And real quickly, Adam Johnson will dismiss us. He is the general manager, obviously, of the Mississippi High School Activities Association.
Thank you, Jay. Thank everybody for being here today. Congratulations once again, young men, on this incredible honor. Hard work to put in to be here is amazing, and we're all honored and blessed to be able to give you these awards and for you to represent your schools and your teams and the MHSAA. I got the housekeeping rule. So food is, I'm about to turn the lights on in the back. The buffet in the back is open. It's just grab it, sit where you want to